side of the sofa, and then I sat on the right side of the sofa. It depends on where I
And
was
that
sitting.
is the real. Y'all, welcome back to another episode of Herbal Tea Thursday, your wellness live series. It's your healthy habits and lifestyle coach, Giovanni, host of the Empire Plates, Empire Lives podcast with my girl.
What up, everyone? It is Shireen from Perspective Studio Productions and Voices&Vibez. And I'm here to give you the real. I'm here to give you the
Shireen, you
real.
sipping on anything today?
I'm sipping on some coffee.
Okay. So, y'all, I got some...
and some water. I'm going to get a bottle of water.
Okay, I got
I'll
some
get it
red
while you do this.
raspberry leaf tea, y'all. I got red raspberry leaf tea. Why, you think? Because I am on my menstrual cycle, y'all. I am on that phase of the cycle, my menstrual cycle, and raspberry leaf tea is really good. It's a womb tonic, so it strengthens the uterus and supports a healthy flow, helps with cramp relief, eases muscle tension, and reduces painful periods. Also, it helps balance your hormones. If you're someone who struggles with heavy or irregular cycles, drinking some raspberry leaf tea would be beneficial for you. And then it replenishes your nutrients. It's packed with iron. We're losing it because we're losing blood, magnesium, iron, and B vitamins. So I ask you, not only what are you sipping on right now, but what's your go-to period comfort drink? What's your period comfort drink, Shireen?
Oh, I have some raspberry leaf tea as well.
That's your period comfort drink?
Yeah. I have one that's like, it's a blend. It's mixed with multiple one, but I also like my mint tea. Oops. Okay, we got one.
Your mint tea?
Mint, yeah.
Yeah. Peppermint, spearmint, a blend, because I know you used to have like a lot of different blends that you like to.
Yeah, I still have a couple of blends. I still have a handful of blends, but actually I got some new. I got some.
Not the exit stage left.
This is good. I needed this. I got some new blends. I actually brought them into the studio so I could take advantage of them.
Okay.
When I went out, I went to an event and I got these hibiscus rosehip tea, nourished from the inside out. This is Untopical Insights is the brand. I think they got a YouTube channel where they talk about the benefits. Oh, they gave me a whole card where they talk about
the benefits as
well. Mm-hmm.
That's good. And have you tried either one of them yet?
No. And the second one is ginger and turmeric and green tea. So they also put some tea highlights on here. So for the ginger one, prevent shedding and detoxifies the skin.
Okay.
And for the hibiscus rosehip one, this is small. Stimulates hair growth, boosts collagen products. So they just put like 2 bullet points on that, but they actually gave me like a card
of info.
Yeah, but let me bring it to the studio. I have a kettle. This way I can get my tea in.
I like that.
Yeah, but
do you typically drink tea throughout the day, or there's a specific time that you drink your tea?
Throughout the day, it's fine. Like anytime. Like sometimes in the morning or sometimes in the night. I actually like a cup of tea before I go to my bed. I like to end the day with a cup of tea, but
I feel like because we do Herbal Tea Thursday, most of the time it's in the evening. I like drinking the tea right before I go to sleep, but it's not something I always do. Like sometimes I do the chamomile. Sometimes, depending on where I'm at, I might do a little nettle leaf. But I want to get more intentional about the herbal teas that I consume for their nutritional benefits and find like a routine. But we'll get into it. Go ahead and check us in.
All right. I feel like we had that before.
We probably had a lot of.
Oh shit. One self-care. Well, there's a lot that we have not gone through, but anyhow, This says one self-care practice you would like to start. That one popped up.
I want to start, and I feel like we did do this because I told you I wanted to have a nighttime routine. I want to have a nighttime routine. I think how I end my day is something that I think I need to establish. And I think it'll be very beneficial on how I start my day the next day.
It is
Um,
so true.
and so I really want to establish a nighttime routine. So if there's that's my answer to that question. I would do a nighttime. I'll create a nighttime routine.
Yeah, I like that one. Mine is just to do the morning one, the night and the morning, I guess. It's at one. I think same with you. I agree that the night impacts the morning because there's a couple of days this week that I went to bed at a decent time. Um,
Me too.
and just shower and in the bed. Um, and there was one particular night I woke up and I felt so good, right? And it was just because the nighttime routine was like I got in that bed early enough. I felt like I should go to bed, and I just went, showered, went to my bed, and in that morning I felt really good.
I like that. And I think for me, I guess as a whole, just having a routine is really good. And I know like my business coach, he always talks about having a routine. And it allow you to take away of what I don't know what to do or how this is happening or I'm feeling overwhelmed or all this other kind of stuff. He's like, it's all in your routine. If you create the routine, then it takes the guesswork out of it and you can really get a better flow for your day. But right now, I'm just going for the nighttime. So I can definitely see how we both would benefit from having a routine, whether it's the start, the end, during the day, whatever the day vibes go. So I'm looking forward to us evolving that. All right, y'all. So make sure you put in the comments your one self-care practice you would like to start. If you're catching the replay and if you're watching us live, go ahead and drop it now too. But this is the time when we ask you to please make sure you subscribe to both of our channels. Matter of fact, it's Women's Empowerment Month. I'm going to just put empowerment in there. It's Women's Empowerment Month. I would love for you to make sure that you follow me and Shireen on all of our platforms, all of our social medias, not just YouTube. We would love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, but we would love for you to connect with us on all social medias. Any social media that you have, and all of our information is in our show notes. Thank you for vibing with us. All right, Shireen. Wellness win. Girl, you want me to go first?
You
got it.
When was the last time we spoke? It's been a minute. We didn't do the last 2 Thursdays. Like you did the Thursday before.
I did Thursday before, but not last Thursday.
Okay, so my wellness win is I hit my 1-year anniversary in studio.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah, that would be my wellness win.
Your little sound thing.
Oh, burn. You know it's right beside me. It's just not on. So I hit my 1 year. I'm not turning it on. I hit my 1-year anniversary, and this past weekend I was one of the guest speakers at a women's event, the Boss Babe Brunch, and I talked about money.
I know that's right. Congratulations on 1 year. Y'all make sure y'all show Shireen some love. Her 1 year anniversary with the Perspective Studio Productions. Hey, I absolutely love it. And congratulations on being a speaker. I think it's just a very powerful position to be in, because you never know who's in the room and you never know what you say in that moment or at that time, how it's going to resonate with the people, whether presently or in the future. And so many seeds get planted and so many people get watered when you're able to really just be in a room and speak freely with purpose and passion and intention. So I hope that everyone enjoyed being in that room, and I'm glad that you were able to experience that as a speaker. So yeah, my one is win.
Hold on. Let me just add 2 little things to it.
Add to it. Add to the wins.
I was nervous AF. The remarkable part was that a lot of my clients were in attendance. Even like there was a client that drove like 2 hours to come, which I did not know. And then they brought their person so it was like my client. So that was impressive, like surprising. I was nervous, but I think more because I had so much I wanted to say. And I had been like going over all this stuff in my head. I have notes on like my Word doc, I have notes on my phone. I had a book with notes, and I just couldn't really narrow it down to like the top 5. I had like so many different beginnings, so that part was a bit like I couldn't even I was late to the event because I was at home overthinking what I was going to say when I got to the event. And then I couldn't really be present in the event because I couldn't even eat. Yeah, like I had already missed the food. And so when I got there and they were like, oh, here's your food. And I was like, oh, do me a favor, just hold this in the back and I'll get to it after. So I ate it on my car ride home. But the talk was good. But I forgot to put my call to action. Oh, is that your doorbell?
Yes, you don't ever let things slide, do you?
No, because it was such a weird ring. It was, well, maybe it wasn't weird, but anyhow,
go ahead.
But I forgot to add my call to action, and that part, like, I knew the main message I wanted to give, and I think I gave that main message, like about paying attention to your money. But that one part I forgot to, and I'm kind of kicking myself because there was a lot of businesswomen. It was like primarily businesswomen in the room, so they were definitely very attentive to the information. But I think that there was a few opportunities missed, so it was also a learning lesson for the next time I speak. What my asks are going to be, my expectations are going to be. All right, what's yours?
I love it. I think one thing that you said was your client was there and it caught you off guard, or no, it was very remarkable. I think is what you said.
Because there were so many of them there.
And so for me, I'm getting a sense that there's community and not just, oh, my clients were there. It sounds like my community, the community that I am starting to attract, they're now showing up in these spaces. Is more than just a service for me. And so I think, I don't know if you see it that way, but that's the way my perspective got it, was that you're really establishing a sense of community. And I think we don't talk enough about how what we do should, if not attract a community, it should empower a movement. And so I just wanted you to know that I think that's also a beautiful win within the win. And I think with speaking, it over time, the more reps you get in, the better and easier it'll become. And hopefully your body won't take that type of
take over.
Yes, the way that it did. I'm gonna say my wins. My wins was me and Spencer got our 4 miles in on Monday and Tuesday, and that was it. And so I know we said that on the 10th we were going to start our 10K like steps a day to be more intentional on our goal as a Wellness Live series, our Herbal Thursday crew. We said movement was going to be the thing in February, and so we started the 10K steps on the 10th. I have not been getting all 10K steps. I got them a few days, but not every day. But we did it Monday and Tuesday, and Wednesday it was just like, okay. And then on Thursday, which is today, I was like, it's still dark outside. Will we get out there and get the movement going? So we didn't make it happen today or yesterday. Hopefully I'll make it happen tomorrow. I think for me, it's just making sure I'm safe, because we're walking in the dark, 4 miles in the dark before the sun comes up, in order for me to make sure I'm getting it in before I go to work. And I prefer walking in the morning than I do in the evening. And so that's my thing. And so, which is reason why I came up with our topic today. And I was like, this might be good, because I don't know if Shireen moving, like we said, we're going to be moving, but why is it so hard?
Doing something.
Healthy habits. Yeah. Like, why is it so hard for us to stick to them at times? So it just be like, what's going on? What up, Mike?
Hey, hey, Mike.
What? I gotta get the 6K steps first. And that's facts, but that's where
Right.
you should start. And I think sometimes you have to know what's realistic for you. Because if you don't start at a realistic level,
You
then
might
you
not.
might not even do it again. And actually, Shireen, I got some points for us that kind of hit on why we pretty much don't always like stay where we are with it. And the first is like self-sabotage. You heard me. My alarm goes off, but I don't get up out the bed to go and get it, you know?
Yeah.
That's not where we're at with it. So self-sabotaging or limiting beliefs are a huge reason why people don't stick to what they say they want to do, especially when it comes to like wellness. And then another one will be overwhelmed. Okay, like Mike just said, I got to get the 6K steps before I can get the 10K steps. You feel so overwhelmed that the goal is already audacious or too large enough or beyond your reach that you might not even attempt to even try to make it or come up with a plan to be able to get there. And then lack of support and accountability. If nobody holding you accountable and you don't see other people doing it with you, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, well, I didn't do it. It's whatever, you know, like it's all good. I don't have to keep doing it. I got other stuff going on. And so a lack of support and accountability can really be a big thing. I don't know if that works for you, Shireen, or not. Some people need community and support and accountability. Other people can just lock in and do what they got to do for them.
I think that once I am established, like once I'm in it, then it becomes more of like a habit, right? Once I'm in it, then, but sometimes the ramp up, especially when you haven't done it in such a long time,
it can get a little overwhelming. And then emotional eating and stress, like just what I was telling you, like once my cycle came on and everything else was happening, I was like, you know what, I'll just stay in the bed. I'll just get a little bit more rest instead of getting out here and going in the dark to get my walk on. But I also know when I did my 3 days of just juicing last month, I was just like, oh my goodness, I want the French fries. And you know, French fries was my thing last year when we did our 3-day raw challenge. French fries are like my thing. And I felt like as soon as I felt a little stressed or the work demands were there and I didn't feel productive, I was like, I need something salty. I need something crunchy. I need something. And I was just like, ooh, it's the stress. And I'm aware. Why am I aware of it? And I'm not going right to it or going to Uber Eats and ordering exactly what I felt like I needed, was because I said, nope, these 3 days, I'm only doing juice. I'm juice feasting. I need this for my good. I need this because I feel bloated and inflamed. Like I just got to lock in for these 3 days. And so emotional eating and being stressed and overwhelmed could definitely cause you to not stick with what you said you want to stick with. And then the all or nothing trap. The all or nothing, like as soon as you mess up or you don't hit the goal one day, then you're like, all right, I already didn't make it, so it's whatever. And you just go right back to how you used to operate and do the things that you do. So my question for y'all and for Shireen, like which one of these struggles do you relate to the absolute most? And drop it in the chat. With me, I be staying up late and getting up early. I got to do better with my schedule because I'm working on 2 podcasts and writing as well. I feel you, Mike. Me and Shireen was just talking about this earlier. I'm not quite sure if you was in the live. We were talking about routine and how we needed a morning routine or a better night routine because we knew it would help us flow and be productive and show up the way we need to throughout the day and provide us with the balance. And so I absolutely agree with you there. And we definitely talked routine.
Plus, you got a day job. Geez, you're working, Mike.
Oh, he got a day job too?
Yeah, he said plus he got a day job.
I got to get back my eagle eye focus I had when I was an active athlete playing college football. I feel you. I feel like sometimes I need to get back to my discipline I had when I did the 220 days high raw. Like I was really streamlined with it. The creativity was flowing. The energy was there. My mood was better. It was just a whole vibe. And so I do feel like, I think just because we've done it before, we need to be able to, we should figure out how did we do this before and how do I bring that to my life right now? Like, where am I at right now? How do you use that view of things? I need to start using that on stream. This is my first time. So I've never done this before until today in regards to the slides, but I have always had, like I've always used like my PDFs to just show one thing and put up there. But for my Google slideshow, it's on there, and it gave me the option. It's pretty cool because I've never got to do this with someone else on the screen. So being able to see where me and Shireen are on it is pretty dope. But which one, Shireen, do you struggle with or relate to the most when it comes to like sticking with a habit?
I think that they differ depending on what's going on in my life, right? So I don't know, like I think they're different. Like emotional eating can be a thing. Or I think that for like accountability or support, sometimes I just ask someone. Like I have a friend and I ask her to wake me up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So she's been doing that for the past couple weeks. And now I'm getting up, right? So whether or not I get out of bed is a whole other thing, but actually waking up to the point where I'm sending her the message, hey, I'm up. It's even before 6 because my body's waking up. So it differs just depending on maybe what's going on with me.
I gotcha. That makes sense. And Mike, Sports Sense, is planning and working on her podcast and her Big Up Your Biz show while also creating a whole new set. So I'm really glad that you asked about her. She is definitely working and preparing some things for her next, what you call it, Shireen? Maybe launching of the new season, new set, new vibe. So definitely she is still around. She's still a KISS accountability sister, and we definitely talked to her today. So that's why I'm able to give you some really good updates in regards to that. So thank you for checking in with our accountability sister and wanting to know where she's at and what she's working on. Definitely stay tuned because she's got some good things popping. Shireen, girl,
talk to me, girl.
It's been a month
Of
March and we hadn't been marching like we wanted to be marching, which is okay because the goal is to work on progress and not perfection. And actually that's what, you know what, I think that was the next thing. So I think that's what the last thing I had for us was. Like there's some different things that we can focus on to help us with sticking to habits and sticking to the goals that we said. And one is to just practice self-compassion, give yourself grace. We talk about that often, and it's progress over perfection. Like just figure out how you can take one step to do something better. And then what Shireen just said, she found her accountability partner to wake her up earlier in the mornings. And for Shireen, and she talked about it on the show, Shireen has said going from corporate into working on her own, like working in her own business, working on her own time, being her own boss, that took some time to try to figure out what does her day schedule look like. Like, yes, she has freedom over her time, but what day do I start? What time do I need to be in the studio? Do I sleep in all the time and wake up when I feel like it or what? And so she had to kind of find that vibe. And then I just want you to think about whatever you do plan to start off with, don't lock in for 30 days, lock in for 5 days. Pick 5 or 7 days and see how that habit has been. How did you actually become successful with it? How do you find that into your routine? What did you do that actually worked? Give yourself time. Give yourself 3 different ways of adopting that habit so you can figure it out. But start with a shorter time frame and then work longer. Like we said the whole month of March, but last year, March time, we gave ourselves a 3-day raw challenge. We did not say 31 days of movement or 20 or 21 days. And so maybe we went too large with our challenge, Shireen. What you think?
I mean, what, last year or now?
We did last March was when we did our 3-day raw challenge. We just did 3 days.
I think 3 days is a good amount to start, right? I think just start, right? Just get it going and then add some time to it, right? So I think 3 days, 3 days is at least the minimum, right? Actually, no, I can't say that because it depends on what you're doing. So if someone says that they want to do like a 1-day fast or a half a day fast, it just depends on what you're actually, whatever you're actually trying to accomplish, right? Yeah, it depends on what you're actually trying to accomplish. So if someone's trying to do a fast, start with like a couple of hours or start with like an intermittent fasting for that day. And intermittent fast, I think, like, honestly, it really comes up to you. But like, if you want to do a few hours more than what you would typically do, like start eating at 12, or if it's like 12 and 8 or whatever the number ratio is. So you just test yourself and push yourself. Right?
And I've never done that before. I've never done an intermittent fast. I've never done it like long enough to like see if it's been like effective for me. I know my mom is like, oh, I don't eat after 7, or she tries not to eat after 7. And I don't know exactly what time she starts eating in the morning. So the fasting time for me, I've never actually did it. Like, like intentionally did it versus
Right.
you okay?
Yeah, I stepped on this.
Oh, you thought it was about to shut down the whole power?
Mm-hmm. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. I stepped on the adapter under the desk.
Okay. So I've never done that part, but I like that you said that. You put it in perspective, like based on what goal or what wellness goal that you have for yourself. It's really, it depends on that time.
What
so
you're
if
doing.
you're trying to fast, it can be a couple of hours, and that's good to start that fast a couple of hours. But if it's a challenge in regards to working, and then I think it also depends on your result that you want to, Shireen, like your outcome. Like if you want to lose weight, you can't say, okay, I'm just going to do low carb today. You might lose a pound or 2. You know what I mean? Just because you went low carb that day, but depending on how much you want to, could be a totally different experience. What up, Nayetta? Man, we coming through with the kids tonight.
Right.
Mike brought in Sports Sense, Nayetta pulling up. And so I think that matters too, Shireen. So yes, 1, what you're actually planning to do, what's your goal, and then 2, what's the outcome or result you want, because sometimes that takes time. Sometimes that takes a little bit more consistency and some reps to put in order to be able to get you to where you want to be. So I like it.
Yeah.
But the whole goal, y'all, go ahead, Shireen.
I'd say like also just kind of like be kind with yourself, like give yourself that grace, because even if you're not intermittent fasting, but maybe you're just trying not to eat past 7, like whatever the goal is, just try something that's manageable and I want to say realistic for you, because if you said something that's too drastic of a change, chances are you're not going to do it,
and too soon. And too soon. Like I saw this one, I think his name is Juicing with Y'all. He's doing like a 21 day. Like,
I've seen him.
Yeah, wait. Like 20. Yeah, it's him
on TikTok.
Well, he's on all of them. Just like we asked for y'all to follow us on all our platforms. It's in the show notes.
But is he like? I don't know, because everybody with that. Anyways, keep it going. Leave it alone.
I mean, is it always just him juicing with the juicer, putting it on? Sometimes he has braids.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's not juicing. I don't know. I just seen. It doesn't matter. Keep going.
Okay. So Juicing with Jaw is doing 21 days, and it's his first time of doing 21 days of just juicing. And I told him, like, I only did 3 days. And so like everybody has a different time. Some people only did 1 day. And last month was the first time I've ever done 3 days of just juice, like just juice fasting, juice feasting, whatever you want to call it. But like I would never sit up there and be like, all right, Shireen, I'm doing 90 days of juicing, like juice feasting.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that I would never. Yeah,
I could do it, but that's not realistic for me because I've never even gone 5 days of just having juice. So even if it was like how we did it last year, and I said, okay, let's do 3 days of, a raw challenge, and we did 3 days, and I was like, okay, well, I think in April I want to make it a raw April. I did 3 days, and so I just kept doing it so I can find ways to be successful, recipes, meals, like how do I balance, my fluid intake so I don't just always feel like I need to be eating something all the time, what my snacks look like. And so I just kept it going till April got here. And then when April got here, it was like, oh, well, I'm on it. And then it became like a journey. And so it didn't start with, yo, Shireen, let's do 220 days of raw, high raw vibes. Yeah. No, it was, Shireen, let's try 3 days. And it just ended up being 220 over time. And so I think that that's a good, thing to bring to the conversation is be realistic with it. And even if it does start with a smaller, specific, attainable goal that you have, and it eventually goes into something longer, or if it ends up being a part of your lifestyle, then that's just what your experience brought to you. But don't stress living or doing things that you see other people doing. Explore and embrace the things that work for you. But you are worth the opportunity to at least try.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all
I
I
was gonna
got.
say the only other thing I would add to this. I remember a few years ago when what was the movie? What's the show called? Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead came out. I'm not even talking about two. I'm just talking about the first one, and I think that's what motivated me to get my juicer is watching that, the very first one. Eventually I got like I was talking about this like yesterday actually. Hold on, I got a yawn. Sorry.
Mm-mm.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, but I think just depending on which juicer you get as well, you end up with a lot
Say
of
that.
you get
Because
a
the
lot
year when
of
that came out, their juices were not created the way they are today.
yeah. So you'd end up with like a lot of pulp and stuff left over. So I was making, ironically enough, I was making seasoning. Ironically, that side joke for Giovanni and I. So maybe I should go to juicing because I have all the seasoning in the world. But yeah, I was like literally bottling seasoning, but it was because of the type of juicer I had, right? Like that was a long time ago. But
You sound like you had a
it,
good juicer because mine wasn't. And I juiced
no,
one time and
no,
it was a wrap. I was done.
no, that was not a good. Like it was good for juicing, but the pulp, like you want.
Mm,
Now I have a really good juicer, a
me too.
masticating, whatever it is. So like you reduce the amount of waste that's there, right? It really squeezes out the juice from the vegetables. But at that time, watching that show was very motivating on if you, because he went like 90 days straight. It was no prep lead up, none of that stuff. And watching that a couple of times really got me motivated. But also, because what he did do is he also took like other nutrients. And so there's this nutrient kit that I purchased to help me as supplements, which is all natural nutrients. I want to say through Dr. Amun. Um, Angela Ray used to like advocate with them as well. I think there's like two naturopath doctors on there, but I forgot the name of the actual program. But it's like supplements that you can take that enrich your blood, enrich your liver, clean out your organs while you're juicing, whether you're doing a water fast or a juice fast, just to help you clean out your organs, but also put nutrients back into you that you might be losing while you're in those things. So it's not, I mean, I followed like Dr. Sebi's recommendations when I really dived into like juicing and looking at juicing many, many years ago. Um, but it definitely takes a different type of discipline.
It does, girl. And
Mhm.
I was shocked when people thought that's all I was doing back when I first started. I was like, no, I'm just getting in a juice a day. I'm still eating whole foods. But something that you said, yeah, my mom was into that documentary too. And that's actually the course that I took, the Rebooting with Joe certification, to learn more about juicing and the food combining and, really how to be intentional, especially with the certain chronic diseases that people were having, what fruits, what vegetables would be ideal for it. So when I was ready to take it to the next level to get, more education, so I was doing things with purpose and intention. That's what I was doing too. But back in the day when that first came out, I got that juicer. I think I got my juicer from like Family Dollar or something. I don't even know
Mine was
where it
like
was.
Big
It
Boss
was
Man
horrible.
Juice
It
or
was
something like that.
loud. It was slow. It
Mine
was
was
a
loud.
last
I
girl.
used to put a
That was the
plastic
last time.
bag in the
You had
waste
to keep pushing
container.
things through and keep getting more and more. I was like, no, nah, I'm good.
I
And I
like
never would
mine.
have thought that I would have ever attempted it again. But thank goodness for technology and improving things, because it's definitely a vibe. And even for me with juicing, like I enjoy it, but you got to be in the mindset to even want to prep it, and that's a
You
whole
have to
nother
be in the
thing with your
mindset to even go buy those groceries. And with the cost of groceries nowadays, who, pray tell? Actually, if you're doing like carrots, at least you can like take the pulp and make carrot muffins, carrot cake, like you're gonna eat the shit out of carrots. You know what I mean? Like when I was doing celery, I was doing a lot of greens, and that's how. So I was making green
That's how
seasoning
you can do
again.
the seasonings with the
But I
celery
was
and
doing
all
so
that.
much greens.
Yeah, I didn't do a lot of greens, and I now have a dehydrator, and so I'm excited about opening it up to see what I could like use my pulp for. Other than that, it's just been more like compost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been the
Even
whole
that's a great thing to put it in the
Mhm,
compost, right? So,
mhm, for all the stuff that my brother is growing. But
mhm.
yeah, that was the vibe for today. That's all we have for you. Well, we just really want to be real with you. Why it's so hard to stick with, healthy habits and what you could do about it, how to be realistic with with your goals, being specific. But that's all we had. I don't know if you're not doing your 10K steps a day. That was our goal. You can still attempt to get that in there, or just be intentional about your movement. It's Movement March, and we just want you to move with intention, in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And then you might be saying, yo, Shireen, Giovanni, I ain't getting them steps in, but I'm moving other things. Move them other things, whether it be emotional blocks, mental blocks, like do what you got to do, financial blocks. It's a wellness vibe here each and every Thursday. So whatever you need to do in regards to movement, to move yourself forward, to move some things in a better way for your quality of life, get to moving, y'all. Get to moving. What you got?
It's funny because I think I'm changing my word for the year.
Oh, after the first quarter, after quarter one, maybe
This
we just need
quarter
words
has
for the
been
quarters.
crazy. So after quarter one for sure, and I think I'm changing it to action because in order to get out of certain things, whether it is like a mental stump, whether it's um, there's just different things, and I could only speak for myself.
Of course.
But like when you're kind of going through it, you don't feel like doing much, or you don't have a lot of energy, or your energy is drained. And this whole quarter has been like that for me. Um, so I think action is like my reminder to get things going, right? And I do feel like an energy shift, to be frank, like things are changing, and you have to like believe that things are changing, but sitting there and just praying about it, manifesting about it, but not doing anything about it is not going to do it. So you have to
Not
like
at all.
put in the action to back it up to get what you want, um in addition to like all of the other things that you do. So yeah, I think
I
action
know
is.
mine was confidence, and I don't think I've embodied that one. Maybe shifting to courage, but I don't know. I really I feel you on the whole Q1 energy shift, even with like the goals and things that you had set, like just like pivoting and figuring out when you pivot what energy is that you need to put behind it to really keep going, and feel good about the way that you're going. And so I think that's it for me. So I'm interested into seeing how that goes. But what card you got for us?
Let's see. Hold on. I was just checking because I think my computer, I think my. Oh,
Should read
oh no, oh no, that's random over here. Just random over here. I'm like, why is the camera about to die? Um, I can see the cord plugged in. It's not plugged in over here. Um, let's see what this one is. Oh Lord, this one says therapy.
Come on, read it.
It's okay to see a therapist. Okay, thank
It
you.
is.
I think that one was for me.
Shereen, that could have been for everybody. Read it.
Oh, I just did. I just did. It says
I
it's
thought it was
okay.
more on it.
No, it says it's okay to see a therapist.
Oh, I thought you was just letting us know. But okay, thank you. And that's where we are with it. So y'all,
No,
There might
that's
be
another one.
okay, you didn't want that one. But let me hit you with the therapy. Y'all, therapy, it is okay to go see a therapist. You really have to work on the things
Okay,
that
I shoot.
is in your is in your like the things that you've experienced. You really have to process those things, work through those things so you can move from those things. When you allow things to just be stored inside of your body, it starts causing all the different issues and it doesn't allow you to go as far as you really want to go in life. So seek therapy for the things that have already occurred. But if you're trying to move forward and you want some support with moving forward, then that's when you see a life coach, somebody who wants to help you be that thinking partner to encourage you and empower you to move the things that you need to forward. Go ahead, Shireen.
All right. We got a few here.
Oh my, that
You heard
part.
therapy. We only got two more.
Okay, go ahead.
The word that we used all of last year. Guess what? What was the word we used last year?
Grace.
That's
And we
it.
done said it today too. That just might be
Uh-huh.
the word of the
You
show.
are learning to give yourself grace. Okay, so I'm gonna say this one. I'm gonna get into this one. I'm gonna give the message behind this one.
Okay.
Being an entrepreneur, I am literally feeling it, and I'm gonna say it. Being an entrepreneur is not easy, and we hear it, but honey, I'm feeling it. All here, everywhere. I'm feeling it. I am so feeling it. And we see people glorify um the end results. Right? We see that more than we see the
Where you
real.
begin, the
And
start.
it's yeah, and I'm telling you, go watch my episodes. My episodes are all solo episodes, and I look tired as F in all of them. Listen, I just try not to cuss. Like, I look so tired, and some of it is like so straining, but it is real. And even in like, we just need to give ourselves grace as entrepreneurs. And the reason I say this is because I've been doing a lot of comparison from when you are an employee at a corporation versus when you're an entrepreneur. And corporations give their employees grace. They do. When they hire someone and that person has to learn something, they give them grace, even when they mess up. And so on the entrepreneur side, we are so quick to say, oh, bad customer service, bad customer service. Give the freaking person some time to learn how to grow. Give the person some time to learn how to figure it out. Sometimes you outgrow it. Like, and Giovanni, you said this a few weeks back. Oh, Shireen, it sounds like growing pains. And that is growing pains is sometimes bad customer service. And it's not intentional. It's just that when you hire someone new at a job, when they start learning how to do the job, they need time to learn how to do it. And I was just saying to someone, when you delegate as a manager, as a people manager, when you delegate a task, you have to kind of be hands off so that they can figure it out. That takes time. Yeah. And so they might make mistakes. The outcome might not look how you envisioned it. The outcome might not read, see, look. It might look sloppy, but that is part of their growth. And your growth as a manager is to like fall back and let them make those mistakes. And then you coach them through getting better. Right. And then you let them know why and how they can get better. It's not like they don't know. Okay, so what is that manager doing? That manager is giving grace to that person. And guess what? The manager who's giving that employee grace has someone that they report to. And they are explaining to their manager the grace that they're giving their employee. And the higher up is now giving this manager grace. So now let's move this into a state of entrepreneurship. The customer don't have to give two fucks about it. Let's be real. They don't have to give two fucks. And I'm going to give you real because this is how I am. They don't have to give two fucks. But if we're being real, it's a small business. And sometimes they need a little bit of grace. They go through shit the same way you go through shit. Right? And so, especially if it's just one person.
I think the part that really stands out to me in regards to this conversation about giving grace is also that there's a level of trust
Mm-hmm.
or an investment of trust. And
Yep.
so just like you talked about the employee, the boss, the chain of command, and
Mm-hmm.
there's this level of trust that I hired you or I
Mm-hmm.
paid you or
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
there's this
maybe
level of
you don't
trust.
trust, but maybe there's a lack of trust now, or maybe the trust is like dissipating, right?
It could be, but I
Yeah,
mean,
the
you
trust could be
chose me
yeah.
for a reason. So whatever you chose me for, make sure there is a level of grace
But
and trust that I can do what I said I could do, which is the reason why you came my way in the first place.
but if they walk away and it's just been 50-50, 50
Mm,
good, 50 bad, that's fine.
it
That's fine. You know, 50 good, 50 bad. But for the person giving the service,
mhm.
it's actually a growth.
Getting the service or like
Giving,
providing or receiving.
providing for the
Okay.
person. I'm talking to the entrepreneur,
Okay.
to the person providing the service.
Hmm.
Will grow from that moment in time.
Most definitely.
You will grow from the mistake. You give yourself grace in it. Take the time for yourself as well. Try to communicate a bit what's going on. Um, and give yourself grace because maybe 5 months down the road, you're going to look different. Right?
And it all starts
A
from some
year,
place because people always talk about like experience.
well,
You
a
need
year,
experience, right?
yeah, you need the experience. And if everything's perfect, what experience? Then what do you do when something goes bad? Right? So you had 10 years of greatness and 1 year of like, then it's like something hit the fan. And also appreciate the mistakes early on,
All the way.
right? Because you're going to level up a year from now, 2 years
So
from
much
now.
faster when you just go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Like people always say fail faster.
So
Like
the
do it ugly. Just get it done. Like do it. Go
well,
through it.
well, I'm not even talking about not doing it. I'm saying do it, but when you make that mistake, you're going to grow from it a year from now. So you're going to look different and treat that type of situation different a year later, right? Because you're
Experience.
hopefully, right? So the
Mhm.
grace that you give yourself is that even in the low moments, the sad moments, because shit happens, those low moments, those sad moments, before you build a team, when you're trying to figure it all out by yourself. I'm talking to that solo entrepreneur that does not have a lot of support. You will grow from it. And I say that because I know where my shortfalls are, and I know where when I say I can't wait to get past this stage so I could talk, because I know what's causing it, right? And sometimes it's stress. Sometimes life is lifing. Yeah, sometimes that shit will end up hitting somebody in the face, right? But give
Right.
yourself a little grace as you figure it out. So that's one. And then the last one, and we can wrap up this game, is secret.
Mm.
And it's basically for everyone sitting on the back burner, not knowing, wanting to, but has not done it as yet. The world needs your secret sauce.
I came across that message today. It's like there's
Mhm.
so many people that need you. And whether it's like Shireen was talking earlier about speaking, whether it's coaching, whether it's our activity playhouse, like the world needs you. And so you should show up and be your authentic self and don't hold back and don't delay. Because every day that you are not showing up for you and letting people know who you are here to help, serve, support, empower, motivate, love on, they're missing out on you. And so don't be a secret anymore. Make sure people can find you. Make sure people know who you are and how you vibe. Um,
One of my clients, one of my clients would say, your gift is not for you. Your
mm,
gift is for you, like somebody else out there that needs to hear you. And so every time you're not doing what you're doing, you're like holding back what they need. Someone's sitting out there and they need you. They need what you're offering. They need something that you have. So your gift is not for you. Do not hide it. Get out there, because you're kind of being selfish. Your gift is not for you. It is for others. So when you're
Stand on
sitting there like, when you're sitting there like questioning or overthinking or whatever it is, and that's why I said action needs to be my word. 'Cause it will help me move forward. Like I was even just looking at the previous coaching thing that I was in before. Like, okay, let me figure out how to get back in here, because I feel like um I know that I'm in a different spot now with my business than I was before. Ooh. Oh, let me not say it. I was gonna say another win that I just remembered, but I'll tell you offline. All right, that's all I got.
All right, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Herbal Tea Thursday. Make sure you check the show notes for all the good things that was created just for you, y'all. It's your Healthy Habits and Lifestyle Coach Giovanni, host of the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast. Thanks for vibing with us, y'all.
All right, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. I think my next talk, if you just go watch some of the shows, you'll be like, ooh, child. Because I am literally just talking about my journey and the struggle. And part of it you gotta just go through and continue to trust the process, which I am, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be easy. Oh, I dropped a new podcast. Oh wait, I didn't launch it yet. I dropped a new podcast. I'm starting a new podcast called The Commercial Break. And it is with an ex-coworker. And I was a product manager and she's a project manager. And we both walked away well, we didn't walk away. I got let go and she walked away. She took a break from the tech industry. And we are literally talking about our journey. So I think we just filmed our second episode this week. We have not set a launch date as yet, but I think maybe after we film maybe one more or maybe two more, I don't know, then we'll launch it. But like it's exciting and kind of scary. And one of the objective is so that actually one of my, what do they call it? I have an agenda, and one of my agendas is I can't remember the word I'm trying to look for. Is because I want to post on LinkedIn more. And so this will really push me to post this type of content on there. But yeah, look out we have a new podcast. So I still do my thing, but we still have another podcast, coming out.
Congratulations. Go ahead with the news. All right.
Pressing over here and talking over here.
Well, all right, y'all. Be easy. We appreciate you. And if you catch the replay, make sure you drop your comments. We want to be able to see it, celebrate your wins, and be able to vibe with you too. Thank y'all for tuning in to the live.
Bye.